Hello, my name is Brennan,
And my name is Jesse.
and we've been brothers our whole lives.
We also host a podcast called Dad, I Have to Pee.
Every Friday, we discuss parenting and punk rock with a special guest.
We also answer your listener questions and impart our questionable wisdom.
Available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other places.
We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Dad, I Have to Pee.
Parenting vs. Podcast is a proud member of the Bareilles Podcasters Guild.
Hello, welcome to the Parenting Versus Podcast.
Podcast?
Yeah, it's been a while. Can you move your tea? Thank you.
What'd you call me?
I said it's been a while.
Okay.
What'd you think I called you?
I don't know, but it wasn't nice.
So, you're in a mood. How are you? Why are you so laughy?
Because I'm just like enjoying the hell out of this chair massager. I'm a different person now. Give me a massager and it's like, oh, okay. Life is good.
It's a back massager.
It's amazing is what it is. It's heated. It's got the kneading action. I don't know if I mentioned I think I did, the towel situation for Christmas on our last podcast.
Maybe recap it.
My mom bought me a bunch of towels for Christmas and I said, no, nope. So I returned them to JCPenney, not a sponsor. And,
By the way, we don't have any sponsors anymore. No ads.
yeah, we tried the ad thing. It was not for us. We just want to give it to you real,
Yeah.
uninterrupted, ad-free.
Yeah. We're not in it for the money.
All 72 cents that we made. I mean, we're not about that life. So
No. But if you are and you want to join the guild, we have perks with Spreaker, who was the company that will host and do all the technical stuff. They'll put ads on your podcast if you're cool with that, and you can generate a couple bucks.
if you're into that 72 cent lifestyle,
Yeah.
it. No,
I
I
mean,
think for some people it makes sense, just
yeah.
like not for us.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of listeners, like...
Or you don't have 3 kids constantly interrupting you when you're trying to insert ads into your podcast.
Yeah, and if you can record a couple more times per week and generate some money,
Do it.
do it.
You do you. So anyway, JCPenney, back to my story. Went to JCPenney in Vancouver Mall and was like, hey, I don't want these towels. Take them back.
And they did.
And they did. All of them. And apparently, and I don't like to drop numbers here, but I'm going to do it. My mom spent $130 on towels as a Christmas gift. I love my mom. Why she spent $130 on towels, though? Not really sure. So they were like, well, you can have store credit and you can use it online or whatever. And I'm like, cool. So I walked around the store a little bit and I was like, nah, I found a couple things that are, okay, cool. Grabbed a few things, spent like $20 of the $130. Then I went online and they had this glorious shiatsu neck massager. Heated, lights up. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah,
Really going to
let's
town
catch some of this.
on my shoulders.
Let's listen to the glory.
That's the stuff. So I was like, I'm going to buy that massager. It's a hell of a lot more expensive.
And you got a Dirt Devil as well.
I got a Dirt Devil too, like the little one. It's called the Dirt Devil Scorpion. Okay, also not a sponsor, but don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. It's called the Dirt Devil Scorpion, okay? It's red.
Do you know what I'm picturing in my head is like those 1950s ads with like the 1950s house mom, and like the Dirt Devil was just invented, and she's so versatile, like she can
hell yeah.
She can get everything done.
No, it's great. I've never been so excited about a handheld vacuum cleaner in my life. I mean, ever. Like, I've never actually gone out of my way to purchase one. So this is my first, like...
What have we become?
I don't know. Lame, I guess. But for real, though. You guys, the Dirt Devil handheld Scorpion, not a fucking joke, okay? Not a joke.
It's called the Scorpion for a reason.
Yep. It brings fire to your cleaning life.
Because scorpions have fire.
If they sting you, it hurts. No, so I've been using it to clean all the little nooks, crannies, and crevices by our fireplace and in our kitchen and our stairs, and I have to say it is delightful.
Passes the time when you have no family, no friends, no support systems in a place that's foreign to you.
I'm like, hey, Scorpion, it's me again. What are you up to? Oh, sucking up that dirt. Mind if I join you? Afterwards, we can go get a massage.
Yeah, with the, what did you call that one?
This is like the Shiatsu Brookstone. I don't even know what this one is. It has the thing. It has an adapter though, so you can put it in your car. Should you need it?
Okay.
I mean,
I think the adapter was for the Dirt Devil.
no,
but
it's not. It's sharper image. Yeah, look. Use supply to AC adapter or 12-volt auto adapter. It's for your car.
wow,
So like, that's a game changer right
that
there.
is something.
Yeah, this is a game changer. Game on, life. I'm ready.
All right. So with that, how have you been holding up?
Excellent. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I'm good. I had a rough patch this past week getting our kids readjusted to online school in a new place.
Wait, is it week 1 or is this week 2?
This was week 2. So it was a little rough on Monday just because it was Monday, and I think our kids thought that online school was just going to be easy, and I was like, guys, no, this is like school, so suck it up. But we're finding our rhythm, our dance.
Riley was really finding his rhythm this morning. His PE teacher had them doing Tai Bo.
Yeah, he was into it. And it was like a 45-minute video. That's the thing. I was like, holy crap. This kid got like a solid like gym-style workout today. Like kids Tai Bo for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's definitely Billy Blanksing it up today.
Yeah.
So good on him. Good job, kindergarten. How are you?
I'm sorry, my brain's kind of like mush. I haven't had a whole lot of downtime in the last couple weeks. I'm on week 2 of my new job.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like in disbelief that I'm even sitting down and not focusing on anything else other than just work and dinner and that's about what occupies my mind for the past, or has occupied my mind for the past couple weeks, is
Work and dinner.
work. Not eating dinner, but making dinner and preparing dinner. And I spend a lot of my brain energy trying to come up with creative ways to make a dinner that's not boring and that's enjoyable. Probably too much time. I think I should probably just get those like Stofers pre-made like lasagna packages or something. I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to go that route, but like, I think you don't need to stress about it.
Well, I don't stress. I just really want to like. It's you don't want to have spaghetti and meatballs for every dinner, and I try to come up with creative dinner ideas and dinner plans, and that takes up some of my headspace, making dinner, and then of course work. So now I'm sitting here, and we don't have anywhere to go. My work day ended early. The kids' school day ended early. Now we're just sitting here. You recorded your thing for the guild, and now we have a chance to record our podcast. And my head is just kind of trying to catch up with where I am. Like, I don't know maybe I'm feeling spiritual today. I don't know, like where my soul is or where my emotions are. Or I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. My emotions were in the wrong place the other night. I was like, I want to stay up. Kids are asleep. I want to watch a movie. And you were like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And I was like, well, I just want to watch a movie. So I like looked through all these movies. Couldn't decide on one. And I ended up watching Twilight. What the hell? I wasted an hour of my life staying up and watching Twilight. I don't even know why. I don't even like that.
That was last night? That was a while back.
No, not last night. Like last week. So that was like super weird. Oh, here comes a kid. What was that?
That was the garage door. They're playing. You can go play with them.
Yeah.
I just heard yell.
Okay, go check on them. How about that?
You made me sad.
Let's pause,
Okay.
and we'll be right back.
Your business deserves to be talked about and recognized, and the Barelas Podcasters Guild can help do that. All of the podcast members' podcasts in the Guild reach an especially diverse, unique, and sophisticated audience hyper-localized to the Albuquerque metro area. We're proud to serve the interests of our community, and we want everyone listening to know about your business. Advertising rates are ridiculously affordable, and we'll showcase your ad on this and all our members' podcasts throughout the month. For advertising information, contact us at info@BarelasPodcastersGuild.com and visit our website at BarelasPodcastersGuild.com.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
We're back. Oh yeah. I'm just relaxed.
Yeah. I'm not. I was earlier, but now I feel... What's up?
I think you need a massage.
I probably do. I have this, I don't know, like not a fear of massages, but
That is.
I almost feel guilty for having one.
Why?
I don't know. I also don't really like people touching me.
This is a machine.
Yeah.
This is a robot massage, the best kind.
But I think that people, like a people massage feels better than a robot massage.
I mean, true, but like, I'm sorry. Are we gonna go pay for people massages right now?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Like if you rub my back, that's fine.
Or what
Anyways,
are you
this
saying?
is riveting podcast material.
Right.
No, like this week I've been feeling, I don't know, it's just been a lot to take in. Between just adjusting to our new home in Oregon and the Capitol being stormed by wackadoos and just what else has been going on? Did I say?
Congratulate Donald Trump on being impeached twice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you moron.
And then work. Did I say work already? I guess. I don't know. It's been a lot to take in. Like everything's going on. I'm interacting with a lot. So I was interacting with no people other than my family, like you and the kids. And then now I feel like I'm interacting with you guys and then people from work, like different groups from work that I'm meeting with virtually and like people who have been hired on with me at the same time. And then, of course, people at the Guild interacting with other people. And there's just so many personalities and so many different desires and wants and goals and everything else. And
Maybe you have like social fatigue.
maybe, yeah, I think you're right. And I also have to remember that it's not up to me to sort of meet the needs of every single person I come into contact with. And it's also not up to me to make them like me or respond to me the way I want them to respond to me or anything else like that. Like I can just do what I need to do and do my best to be a good person, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know.
That's enough, yeah. No, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself and how you respond to other people. So I think that it is hard, though. I mean, you did go from, like, just us to, like, all of a sudden there's all these other, like, human adults around you. And you're also, like, learning all this new information, which is also, like, hard on your brain.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm going to be in management, and I have to kind of prepare myself to being in a role where I'm in management. Like I
have
haven't
to be confrontational sometimes.
maybe, I don't know,
Not in a bad way, just in a leadership way.
Yeah, and I've done that as a teacher, but I haven't really been in that role with adults.
Yeah.
So it'll be different. I think I'm going to be fine, but there's just a lot of unknowns and uncertainties that are swirling around that can be, you know, daunting, yeah. And also, like, this week I'm really aware of just other people's sort of like philosophies and ideas and ideals that are much different than my own. Mm-hmm. I think for the most part I've had this like really naive idea that a lot of people feel and think the way I feel and think, but is wrong because a lot of people don't. And that has been I'm trying to adjust to
Do you
that.
have an example? I mean, I'm just curious if you don't.
Well, I was telling you like 4 years ago when the president was elected, I thought in my mind it was a no-brainer that this guy is a racist and treats women like garbage and is totally self-centered and self-serving and is not leadership material. And I thought for sure like that's out in the open and it's like it's common knowledge.
Obvious.
Yeah, but then the election night started to drag on, and I'm saying, oh, he won Florida. Oh crap, he won Ohio. Oh no.
Mistake. When I woke up the next day, I was like, wait, no,
Well-
that's not right, though, right?
Yeah, so I thought like this is common knowledge. Like how is this happening? But I was wrong, and I think, like I said, naive to think that a lot of people were thinking like I'm thinking.
Can I just say something? I just wanted to point out that even though I don't like Donald Trump and I was disappointed that he won the election, you didn't see me storming the Capitol. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Well,
I can handle the fact that my party lost. I didn't, storm the Capitol building. I just want to throw that out there real fast.
I'm not sure if we could have afforded a plane ticket for you to
I mean,
get
not
out
just
there.
me. Like, the mass majority of Democrats didn't storm the Capitol.
No, there was some memes though. There was like a woman that was like lamenting and sobbing. Do you remember that meme? There was like some lady. She's just like crying and I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we're super divided
That
and
was
super.
so many memes ago.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
Many memes ago.
We're gonna start keeping track of time with memes.
I would love that.
No, like so that's just one example of that, but I've kind of disconnected myself from Twitter and from Facebook. I'm still on Instagram, and I have to remember that a lot of people on my Instagram are different thinkers and they're in different spots than me. And I'm not gonna like call anybody out on any sort of interactions, but
Jim Magoo. I'm just kidding. We don't know a Jim
Yeah.
Magoo.
But I just have to be aware of what I say. And maybe I do need to be more bold with what I say. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of this out loud, but like maybe I need to be more bold with what I say to kind of make it known how I feel instead of worrying about I don't want to get in a fight with you or I don't want to offend you. And that's kind of like my peacemaker side coming out. Like I don't want to fight with people, but maybe I need to have the courage to fight with people for things that are worth fighting for.
See, I think that's where you and I are a little bit opposite. Like, I actually had a friend, the day of the Capitol storming, I had put something on Facebook, and I have since like deleted Facebook again.
Did you delete it or you just logged off?
I logged off and deleted the app. I couldn't on the mobile app. I couldn't figure out how to delete it, but I would happily delete it. Honestly, I'll probably just go on my computer and do that after this. But I had posted something, and it wasn't like. I don't want to say it wasn't disrespectful. It was very blunt, which is how I am. I'm very blunt. And a friend of mine who follows me on Instagram and stuff had mentioned, he was like, hey dude, getting a little riled up there. And I was like, he's right. Like, this isn't really going to go anywhere good, especially on Facebook. Like, and I guess you and I are opposite in that you're like, I need to stand up more and I need to not worry about ruffling feathers. Whereas to me, I'm like, I'll ruffle your feathers like till they fall off if I have to. But like, there comes a time where maybe I just need to accept that like nothing good is going to come of that. And so it's better to just, walk away. It doesn't mean that what I have to say is not valid or how I feel isn't valid. It's just that it's not going to be heard in the right forum at the right time and accepted. Like, people aren't listening. Especially on Facebook. They're not listening to truth and they're not listening to like logical discussion. They're just there to get mad.
Yeah, well the medium is more of like a
It's a flawed.
it's a fighting medium. Like you're better off expressing your opinions face to face. It's harder, I think, to express your real opinions face to face. It takes a bit more courage.
Well, and I think the thing I had said was like, I'm not surprised that Donald Trump is in his ivory tower while his followers are ripping things apart. Because that's kind of how he is. It's like he incites the actions, but he doesn't actually get his hands dirty. And I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on that. You know, I think any leader, if you're gonna incite something like that, you sure as shit better be with your people, you know. But if you're sitting there in your ivory tower or your White House and you're like hands off like a coward, and you're not going to take any responsibility for what you've done, or you're not even going to own what you've done, like that's not a good leader. Like, so I said something to that effect, and people just like kind of wanted to argue, and I was like getting a little baited, and then I was like, you know, he's right. Like, I really have to just sit this one out, as much as it pains me to sit back and not say anything because I had some things to say. But
Your lizard brain was being triggered.
my lizard brain.
Yeah, no, that's so your the part of your brain that
You could have picked a better analogy, because
that's what.
QAnoners think that like we're lizard people and stuff. So like,
Well, the way that so your brain evolved in like the layers of your brain evolved, it's like layers of an onion, I guess, and like the center like part, I think it's like by your brainstem, is like a very very primitive like primal part of your brain center. But it still gets activated like when you get angry, or like when you want to react to somebody,
it's
or
fight or flight. It's an instinct. It's instinctual.
yeah. So if, like once like whatever triggers your anger, like if it's instant anger, if you don't think about it first, that's part of your lizard brain. Like that's
It's
like
just funny that you say it like that, because
Yeah.
like QAnoners are like convinced that like the Illuminati and lizard people are out to like brainwash us, and so I just think it's funny that you said lizard brain, because I'm like, oh
no, yeah, I get
that's
it.
a loaded statement.
Well, it's like crocodiles don't think about biting your hand off before they bite your hand off. They just bite your hand off.
Because they're hungry.
Yeah, and
your
their brains are much older than ours, and our brains have been fine tuned.
I was actually hearing about crocodiles the other day. It's like one of those things where they literally just it's like an automatic response. It's like they're not consciously like, I'm gonna go eat that guy.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're not gonna
Bob, you look delicious.
think about it. They're just gonna be like, oh,
It's just an
it moves.
thing. I'm hungry. It's moving. Feed me.
Yeah, it's the medulla oblongata.
Medulla oblongata.
Anyways,
Wow, okay.
yeah.
If you're counting Waterboy references, you can go ahead and take a drink. Yeah, no. So I think that you and I, like, you feel like you need to be heard more and stand up more, and I feel like I probably make myself too heard sometimes, and I need to just sort of shut it down when it's not gonna be respectful or nice or go anywhere positive. Yeah. And that's really the thing. I know that not everything I say is going to make everybody happy, and I don't care. I mean, I care about treating people with respect, even if I don't agree with them. However, I also agree on calling people out on their bullshit when it's bullshit. But I think you can do that in a nice way too. Yeah. You don't have to be just like, F you, bro. Like it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's one thing that I've been sort of wanting to, is just a community of people who get me, and all of my quirks, which are plentiful, and who accept me.
Quirks and plenty over here.
Who accept me and love me for who I am and all this other stuff. Like I want that acceptance, and I think everybody does want that acceptance, and the MAGAs for sure have found their group of people who accept each other.
Well, we always talk about tribalism. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I want that right now, and right now I don't have much of that, and I didn't. I mean, I had somewhat of that in Albuquerque, but I just really want to be part of a community, and the interactions I've been having with adult humans in the past couple of weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, have been great, but I also feel like I have to turn down my personality a little bit, because I don't know if I'm weirder than most people, but I definitely think, I mean, I don't know, maybe I am. I say some stupid crap, and like I'm sarcastic, and some of the things I think are funny are definitely not funny to the vast majority of people. And my sense of humor is just, it's something else. I think, I don't know. And I want to be able to like be my own self and have my dumb sense of humor and have somebody else get it. And I've had a couple of friends in my life that have really gotten me. Shout out Sean. Shout out John. A couple people. And people who I can just be myself with. My good buddy from back in the day, Joe. We could just grab a beer and I could just be curious, and I could. All right, can I just be sentimental right now? Is that okay? Like a long time ago in college, I could call up Joe and say, "Hey, let's go grab a beer," and I know next to nothing. Like I am so not versed on much of anything. And Joe was, and I could just sit down with Joe and I could be curious and ask him questions, and he wouldn't treat me like I'm dumb or like I should know that, And that's what I loved about like that friendship, and I want more friendships like that where I can just be curious and be myself and not feel like I'm an idiot, or that my sense of humor is off-putting. Is that I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at, and it actually feels good just saying that out loud right now.
Yeah, I think you and I are both struggling with friendship stuff. For me, I've been grappling the last 2 weeks with just some disappointment. I have some quote unquote friends here in Portland that really, I guess I had an expectation of our friendship when we got here, and I've been severely like let down by them. And it hurts because I considered some of these people very good friends, and it's just different, I guess. And it's frustrating because I don't want to set them up for failure. Like, do you know what I mean? But I don't think my expectations were unreasonable either. And it's a weird time anyway with COVID and all of that stuff, but it's like friends that you like always thought you had the understanding with, that they would show up for you. And then you are there in their backyard and they say they're going to show up for you, and then they don't. And I just got completely like ghosted by one of them, and I'm just like, okay, dude, what the fuck? Like, for real.
Yeah, that's hard.
And it is. It's like a grieving process almost. Like, I feel like I've been going through like a grieving process of a friendship the last 2 weeks. And it's a friendship that's very old. It's like 30 years old. And it really hurts. And it's just, I'm trying to not take it personally. I'm trying to understand that people change and they grow and they go different places and stuff. But at the same time, I have always showed up for this friendship. And I guess I would just expect a little kindness on their end, and it's just like nothing. And that hurts.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm ready to have some friends that are like, I can laugh with, that get me, that aren't going to think it's weird because I care, or like because I'm, genuinely like interested in spending time with them. And like, I'm just ready to meet people that, like you said, like get you and have the same sense of humor, or like understand your sense of humor. It doesn't have to be the same, just that they understand where you're coming from. It'll come with time.
Yeah.
But it is still hard.
Yeah, we are starved in that area right now. Just we have good long distance friends in Albuquerque that are always going to be our friends, and we have good long distance friendships that when we were in Albuquerque they had moved, and we haven't lost a beat with them. Right. So that's nice, but there's just something to having somebody in your city that has your back and you can count on and you can rely on, and somebody for like multiple different reasons and ways. Like it's nice to know when somebody cares about you, and like is worried about your well-being or your mental health, or
even just that they ask, hey, how are you doing? Like, I have one friend here who's really good about that, and she is probably the one person who has like stepped up in amazing ways. And so I thank you for that. You know who you are, but thank you for that, because it means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't know, that going forward this week, I think what I'm going to try to do is maybe not worry about how people, I don't know, that's hard to say. Like, worry about how people perceive me, because you don't want to like really go out of hand with that, and
It can get ugly pretty fast.
Yeah, we still wear clothes. Like, you still have to wear clothes.
Unless you're our 8-year-old who refuses to wear pants. Unless you're him.
Yeah.
Homeschool's gonna end one day, buddy, and you're gonna have to put pants on.
Yeah, but I don't need to be overly like worried about my coworker didn't respond to my like work chat or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to worry about that. Like those are the little things that would bother me sometimes. Like I would send out a chat or a question and like I wouldn't get a response for maybe not even at all, and like it would really bother me. Like and I would start thinking about it and overthinking it, and maybe it's just not a good place to be.
See, and it's funny because I think like you care about that, and sometimes like I'm the opposite. A lot of the time, I don't care about what people think of me, like at all. I'm just like, nah, that's like their opinion, man. Like I don't care what they think of me. So I think that the people that I cared about here that kind of let me down, like it hit that much harder because I actually do care about those people and what they think of me. And most of the time I don't feel like that. So I don't know.
I think there's different areas that you care and then you don't care. Like you, even with your friends, you don't care about what they think about you because like you are who you are and you're not going to change for them and you don't care like in that way. But if they completely are just like piecing out, then you care about that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just would like to know what changed, but
Yeah.
I may never get that. I don't know.
Yeah. But here we are. What is it? The second week of January? So we've been here.
Like, I don't even know.
Yeah. We've been here a month and a half and I mean, we're adapting. We're here.
It's a slow roll. I think, we've said it a million times, but COVID just makes it complicated. Like, it's just complicated because all of those outlets for you to go meet and be social with people are gone. Even like play dates. Like, you can't really get your kids together with other parents right now. It's like frowned upon. You don't know where they've been. You don't know. It's just... Yeah.
And people here are definitely
It's
a
like
lot more serious about that than in Albuquerque. Like Albuquerque, like on a public level, does really good at wearing masks, all that stuff. But we would drive down my parents' street, and it wasn't uncommon to see like a birthday party, and like you have really big families in Albuquerque, and families get together.
I think also in Albuquerque you have more generations living under the same roof too, though.
Oh yeah. I think
It's
so
like a
too.
cultural thing.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. It might even be like a money thing. Like maybe grandma and grandpa live with you because that's just the way you've been doing it for generations. And also grandma and grandpa can't take care of themselves and they don't have the money for a house or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But
No, I think that's reasonable.
But like, I mean, you can even see the difference in us. Like my family is huge and everybody gets together, and for sure, like on Thanksgiving, they're not going to, COVID-19 is not going to stop them from getting together.
Yeah.
They're not going to think about like, oh man, maybe somebody's going to get sick.
Or
They're going to
we
think,
just shouldn't do that this year.
yeah, that's not even like a thought in their mind. They're just going to go do their thing because that's what they've been doing for years, and the family's huge.
Yeah. No,
So-
I mean, I'm kind of, not to be a snob or anything, but I'm a little grateful that we were like on the road for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we weren't
Well-
having to make that choice. It would have been really hard to like,
I was going to say, luckily, my parents got COVID, but I mean, they did, and
not luckily, but like it prevented that from happening,
Yeah,
which
that-
probably needed to happen.
there was no gathering this year at my parents' house, but yeah, it's just I don't know where I was going with that, but
No, it's just COVID has made things weird, and it's made things hard to navigate when you're new in a place or you have these social lifelines that you normally would go and explore, like, and you can't. Even like right now, like Lorenzo and I were talking about, it'd be so cool to like get a babysitter and go have a date night, but we're like, even with that, like, we're from out of state and like it's COVID. What are we gonna do? Be like, hey, stranger, come on over to our house. Like, it's totally fine. Like, it's just a weird time.
yeah, and there's a lot more social pressure in Portland than in Albuquerque to do the right thing with COVID. I'm active. I'm not active.
It's not wrong.
Yeah, no, it's not wrong. But like in Albuquerque, I think we would have been more likely to go over to a friend's house if they invited us. And yeah, we would probably wear masks at first, but then somebody's guard would be let down and, oh, the kids took them off. Well, I guess we could take them off. Like, we're not going to hug or shake hands or anything, but we'll take our masks off and hang out and have dinner at your house. That would never happen here.
No, that's, no, it's definitely more of a culturally lax situation in
Right.
Albuquerque versus
Yeah,
Portland.
the culture is different here,
Yeah.
which is good because the virus is not being spread, and Portland's numbers are definitely, and Oregon's numbers are way lower, I guess, than Albuquerque's and New Mexico. But yeah, I mean, we're struggling.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's definitely helped us to have to re-examine some things, and it is hard. I mean, I had like a straight breakdown the other day, and I'm like not even ashamed to say it. Like, you know, I was like bawling, and I was just like thinking, like, have I made a mistake? Like, did we make a mistake coming here? Like, as much as I want to be here, like, was this a mistake for our kids and our family because we're so lonely, and like, you know, it's not easy to move from city to another city as it starts, but then when you throw all these other things in, like moving, new job, COVID, no friends, like it's a lot. And I don't think people realize, I mean, well, how would they? But like, unless you've done this lately or recently, like it is not easy. Like it just feels like everything is on hold.
Yeah. Well, it's felt like that for a long time, I think, for us. Like me and you both, I think, have been really tenacious, and like we've been pushing forward for a long time, trying to get to a place where we feel like we're secure and we're safe. And we haven't felt like we're secure and safe in a really long time. I feel like taking the jump from Albuquerque to Portland has been a good jump for us, but we still deal with, you know, things like friendships and, you know, having that mental space and taking care of our own mental health and all that other stuff. But it's been a long road for both of us, and I think we're still pushing forward, and we're not giving up, and I don't know where I'm going.
Well, I think that the difference too is like you forget when you have help or friends or family in the same city as you, like you take it for granted. And I knew this would affect us. I just didn't understand the extent until we got here. I'm like, okay, so we won't have date nights, fine. You know, we used to take the kids to my parents or your parents. They'd watch them for a little bit. We'd go do something, or we'd just go home and get takeout and watch a movie and like have a little mental space from our kids. That doesn't exist here.
Yeah.
You know, when God forbid one of us gets sick, like it's on the shoulders of us, you and I. That's it. Like I can't call my mom or your mom to be like, hey, I've been throwing up all night. Can you bring me some Gatorade tomorrow on your way to work?
Well, I mean, it's kind of nice
That
to know.
scares me.
Yeah, that is a little scary, but it is also kind of nice to know that in a really big pinch, you do have some family here. You know what I mean? Like, if it comes to the point where one of us gets really seriously injured, I know that we could depend on your uncles and aunts who live in the Portland area for something like that. Like, they brought us dinner even. So, and I know your mom would get involved. So that's kind of nice to know that there's some sort of safety net. But
Yeah.
like the little ones, like just deciding or just maybe throwing it out there to my parents or your parents and saying, hey, Lindsay and I are at our end. We were wondering, can the kids come over for dinner? We will be back at 8:00. Is that okay? That was nice, and I do miss that a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you have to start somewhere when you're trying to like improve like the long-term picture, and that's where we're at right now. So
Yeah. I've been looking at jobs. I applied for a job yesterday, and that's another thing that I'm like, oh man, back to the paying for daycare thing, possibly.
yeah,
Nanny share, which is a whole new concept for us because
they don't have that
doesn't
in Albuquerque, right?
exist. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not a need for it really.
I don't even know if because there's so many family supports in Albuquerque. Also, like I don't know if people have the money.
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger city thing for cities and people that have higher levels of income. It's just more of a cultural thing. In Albuquerque, I can't imagine that there would even be a need for it.
Yeah.
Because the people in Albuquerque that have high paying jobs, like they either do daycare or they have like family support.
Yeah. I bet you there are nannies in Albuquerque. But
Well, no, there's nannies, but not like nanny shares.
nanny share.
Like that's a different thing.
yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm glad we kind of got that out in the open. I hear kids rumbling around, so we might have a distraction here pretty soon. But Anyways, anything else going on in your life? Anything you wanted to talk about?
No, I'm excited to go. I'm going to volunteer with a nonprofit tonight. They sent out an email, and I had been following them before we moved too, but they sent out an email that they didn't have anybody sign up to help. And so I was like, meh, I mean, what am I doing? Like, nothing. Sitting at home with my family like I have been for a month and a half. So I told them I could come. It's similar to a nonprofit that I volunteered with in Albuquerque, so I kind of know like what to do. And so that'll be nice. It'll be nice to help out my immediate community and be able to get out and hopefully meet some like-minded people and, you know, do something positive. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hang out with the kids. I guess make them dinner. Maybe I'll order a pizza.
Don't do that without me. It's the little
Okay,
things.
I can make a pizza. I guess.
I mean, you can order a pizza. Just know that I'm probably going to find like a pizza window somewhere and I am going to go to town.
I'm gonna order all the pizza.
Give me all that
the
pizza.
slices.
Like, how many people are you trying to feed? One.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny though. I've been talking to a friend of mine from high school, Ben, just today, and he was like, so what are some of the differences you've noticed since moving back here from New Mexico? And I was like, well, it's interesting to me that people dog on the city of Gresham here, like big time, because it's really not that bad. It's funny that people get bent out of shape about driving like 20 minutes. Like, again, not that bad. It's just sort of funny, especially when you have like really good public transportation in a city like Portland. It's super funny to me that people complain about like, I don't want to drive 20 minutes. I'm like, well, it's not that bad, is it?
Do you know what I've noticed?
What?
Can I say? Were you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I mean, I'm not super naive to think this, but like Portland is not the perfect little town that a lot of people might think it is.
Of course not.
Portland has some huge problems and some bigger problems than Albuquerque, I think, even. Especially like in the crime area. There's a lot more crime in Portland than I thought. Mm-hmm. And maybe that might just be the news that I'm taking into. I logged into the Nextdoor app, and I think people in the Nextdoor app might be a little bit
Paranoid?
yeah, and they like
It's
maybe
like that in
paranoid, and they
Albuquerque, too.
sensationalize stuff. Is that a thing? Sensationalize?
Yeah, it's
But,
like
like-
that in Albuquerque too on the next
Yeah.
one. That's why I got rid of it. I was like, this is dumb.
Excuse me.
Whoa.
Tried to breathe and swallow at the same time. Anyways, yeah, so I've been on the Nextdoor app, so maybe that's just me. But it seems like there's more crime, and it doesn't seem as safe as I thought it was, like the couple of times visiting. But we also live in a different part of town. Mm-hmm. I remember being blown away like the couple of times we visited when some of your friends were saying, yeah, people don't lock their car doors here. Maybe even like not even your front door, and then I started hearing stories about how somebody just would walk into somebody's house and started stealing things, and like that kind of scared me a bit. And I heard about it happening again and then again, also like on the Nextdoor app and then also on the Reddit Portland thread. So it just, I don't know, maybe I just need to turn off my computer, but
Burn it to the ground. No, I think part of it is like you have a big drug problem, and when you have drugs, you have crime. It's a lot of like petty theft and robbery and things like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that Portland is exempt from having crime at all. I just think the crime and the patterns are different.
yeah.
I think Albuquerque definitely has more violent crime. It has more gang-related crime. Partially just because where it's located geographically, it's a hub for drugs,
Yeah.
and it's also a hub for car theft because you're like right by the border.
And gang culture is pretty interwoven with like the culture in Albuquerque, with like Hispanic families and Hispanic culture.
Right. Well, you have generational poverty
Yeah.
on top of it, so it's not a good thing. And there's not a lot of access to paying jobs, so
Yeah.
people are gonna do, you know,
Do what they have to
criminal
do.
things to get by because that's
Right.
just like they don't have the money to do anything else. And I mean, it's sad, and it's there's not a solution and there's not a right answer. I just think that you're seeing a different lens on crime here versus
Right.
there.
It's different crime, I guess.
yeah.
And
Well, and you also have gang cartels fighting over border states, no matter where you are. If you're on a border
yeah.
state, Arizona,
Yeah.
Texas, New Mexico, California. I mean, it's just the border there too is a hub for a lot of, trafficking and activity and sex trafficking and drugs and
Right.
auto theft and, gang activity. That's
Yeah.
how they make their money in gangs. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing was drivers aren't as nice as I thought they were in
really?
Portland. No, yeah,
I still think they're nice. I
Well, I
haven't had
mean-
any problems.
So I'll encounter more people who are nice, but I think the overall feel I get from the interstate is go fast. And there are some people who just drive a little crazy. We saw somebody who was watching a movie as they were driving. Like we were behind them, and Lindsay's like, "Hey, watch out for this person. I think they're like not really paying attention. They might be drinking or something. Like just be careful." And we pulled up to the side of them, and they on their car mount had their cell phone there, and they were like watching a movie
He was
as they were
legit
driving.
watching a movie.
So I don't know. I think driving here is pretty bad. In Albuquerque, I think it was pretty bad too. But
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had anybody pull a gun on me here. You know what I mean?
I haven't either. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I haven't either. And I just saw in the news actually yesterday, right in front of the Walgreens on San Mateo and Central.
In
Or
Albuquerque.
is that Central? Or is that
Yeah.
Lomas? Central, right by the Walmart there.
That's
There was a road rage incident yesterday morning, and somebody got shot, and like they found him in his car.
Dear God.
Yeah, so I guess you don't really see much of that in Portland.
Yeah, there's a big road rage problem in Albuquerque. I mean, it exists everywhere, but like when we lived there, we saw people pull guns twice. And it was really scary. Our kids were in the car both times. And I was just like, at what point is there going to be like a shot fired and a stray bullet? Like, I don't know.
That's happened. Yeah.
Like, it scares me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's been multiple stories that I've seen because I still my news feeds still give me Albuquerque news, and I've seen that a couple of times actually. So
Yeah, I'm not interested in being around that. And I feel sorry for people who just happen to get caught in the literal crossfire of that because it's really scary. I mean, like I said, we've seen people pull guns twice in traffic, and it's been terrifying. So.
yeah. So overall, I'm really grateful to be in Portland. I'm really grateful that we were able to find a way to move and to experience something else, even just to like broaden like our own minds and to like just help us to stop and see where our family is without the distractions of like being so comfortable in like an area. Like we have to depend on each other right now. We have to survive. We don't have a choice.
Some days are harder than others.
Some days are harder than others. And I told you the other day, like I felt warm to you all day one day.
And then you felt like throwing me out a window today. You're like, I will throw you out that window. And I'm like, try it.
And then
Nothing but love over here.
I think we go every other day sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we'll get through it. And
Only time will tell.
tune in next time.
Could be love.
Did
could
we
be
make
murder.
it?
We don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys understand if you're married and you have kids. Ours is just more public, I guess, with our podcast. But you're not alone.
You're not alone. That's right.
What are you listening to?
Oh,
We don't have to play them.
I don't even know. Kids mostly. You got me into the new like Weekend single.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to that a lot.
It's good. It's catchy.
Yeah.
It's like 80s synth.
I've
sort
been
of.
listening to old episodes of What's Up Baby Q because I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss podcasting.
Have you listened to any of the new ones with Chris?
No, I'm like scared because I know they're gonna be good and it's gonna replace me and I'm just gonna be sad about it. So I've been avoiding it. Sorry, Chris and Ryan. I'm sorry.
If you get any anonymous hate mail, Chris, it's not from Lindsay.
Chris doesn't listen to this, but I'm gonna be like, "You're the worst podcaster ever." Just
Chris
kidding.
doesn't
You're
listen?
you're doing a really good job.
Chris needs to listen.
He doesn't listen to Parenting versus Podcast.
He better.
He doesn't have kids. Why would he?
Because we're in the guild and we're interesting
He's
people.
not obligated.
Yes, he is.
Oh my god.
Ryan, I need you to do this for me.
No, so I've been listening to old What's Up Baby Q episodes and Death of a Starlet. It's a Wondery podcast. I think I talked about that last time.
What about music?
Music has been kind of just I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is not there right now. So I don't know. The Weeknd, I guess.
Just that one single.
For now. That's all I can think about. So yeah, okay, The Weeknd it is.
All right.
Okay. What are you listening to?
The Wondery podcast. What was that?
Oh, it's called Death of a Starlet.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that last
Yeah,
time.
it's a really well done story. It's based on a true story about a girl who was a Playboy playmate and centerfold of the year or something in like 1979, 78. Dorothy Stratton. And just the way it's narrated is really good. There's some crime in there. You know how Wondery is. They just have great storytelling. So
Yeah.
it's a good podcast. I like it. It's like a 6-part series. I'm almost done with it. So
I like their little audio tag, the little chimey thing, and
Yeah.
it's Wondery.
yeah. Me too.
So yeah, what have I been listening to?
Other than your wife bitch at you that she's cold.
Yeah, it's been really cold in our house,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it's my fault. I'll take the blame. It's my fault. We had a ridiculously high electric bill. Like,
We don't need to talk about this on the podcast.
We
this
don't.
is like old man shit. Like
it is old
leave
man
alone.
shit. Our electric bill was close to like.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. It was ridiculous. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. Put on your house slippers and get
Yeah.
over it, okay?
Okay, I will.
All right.
They're inefficient heaters.
Oh my god.
So I've been listening to. So I haven't really been listening to much music because I've been so caught up in work and cooking dinner that I
This is the most exciting podcast we have ever made.
yeah. No, I'll tell Google to play music, and whatever it plays, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. I went for a couple runs, and the same thing. I have Pandora on my runs, and I told Pandora just play whatever. I just haven't really had the time or energy to get into anything. But if I had to mention one thing that I like cognizantly like aware of my
Say it.
desire to watch something or listen to something. It was yesterday I listened to Let It Happen by MXPX, which is a sort of like a B-sides from 1998. If you're an MXPX fan, it's
They're not.
they probably are.
Nope.
Everybody is.
Nope.
Everybody who's anybody is.
Wrong.
But 1998, it's called Let It Happen. I haven't listened to that in a long time, and I just played that, and it helped me feel better. The skies are gray here all the time, and you can listen to like the dreamy sort of slow music or whatever that kind of takes you and helps you to feel the gray skies, but it gets to a point where you're like, okay, I need something else. I need something.
We've been listening to the Avalanches a lot.
Yeah, that's an album I bought a long time ago on Apple Music,
Yeah.
and it started coming up, and
Does it smell like something's baking?
I don't think so. But that's it. We haven't watched any movies. We've been going to bed at like 9:30 because we're just so tired.
You're so lame, you guys.
We finished. I've been watching The Mandalorian with Juliet because she's all about that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. She is all about that, which I love. I love it. Okay.
Well, that's it for us.
Signing off.
Signing off. Sayonara. Peace out.
Yeah, bye.
All right.
Parenting versus Podcast is a proud member of the Bareilles Podcasters Guild.